Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne on my deck, in my backyard, in the woods, in Maine, loving every minute of it. So if you tuned in to my video yesterday, you saw that I made this really cute mini book from this art book. I need to make a couple more books. We are going to do a different style, but this is going to be a craft along with me. So I have everything pre-cut out for 2 more books. So we're going to be doing 2 more together. And then I'm going to do the backing with white cardstock. So I have pre-cut everything. I've had comments that people prefer if I have things pre-cut. Not a problem. I can pre-cut. So let's get these books going. So these are going to be the same thing. I'm going to do the binding system. I'm going to do different colors for the rings. And we are going to do... Hold on, let me grab my glue paper here. Where'd my glue paper go? We are going to do some Halloween themed. Yes, I always say art is subjective. So this is my glue paper. He's a happy guy. So we are going to glue these art pages sized 3x5 to these white cardstock pages. And we're going to turn them into one of those binded ring binding books using the Happy Planner punch. I call it the mushroom punch for binding. Whoops. The only problem with having everything pre-cut is now I have to exactly match it up. And I am using glue stick so I can make it a little more flexible, and I can sort of squish it into place where I need it to be. Okay, there, I'm gonna let that dry. And I have 2 of these, hopefully get 2 made at the same time. The animals are out and about today. The turkeys, the squirrels. Last night, I saw a skunk and, porcupine. Just keep the skunks over there. The skunks are adorable. They're cute. Baby skunks are just precious. But I don't need them here. There. Still a little bit here, but I'm gonna come in with my brown ink and we're going to sort of edge everything. So these are going to be Halloween, witchy themed little mini journals, mini books. And it's going to be the disc binding system. I like doing the disc binding system. I find it really easy to work with. You know, you have to make the initial investment of the punch, which isn't cheap, but I found mine at a Goodwill. And then the discs. So the discs I get on Amazon. And Amazon is going to be having their Prime sale. I'm going to ink this all up. Amazon is going to be having their Prime sale a little over a week. So if that's something you want, stock up. I do not use the Happy Planner discs. I find them super expensive. I use whatever I can find on Amazon, just kind of whatever brand. And they come in all different sizes. So depending on the size books that you want, that's the one you get. I might just take a hair off of this. Let me see, did I cut? Yeah, I'm just gonna take a hair off of this white right here. I have a bunch of stuff on my paper cutter for future projects here. Okay, give me a minute here. Nope. There. Took ever so slight amount off. Yeah, that's right. Okay, one more for this book. So I'm making birthday presents, making gifts for all my friends, and hopefully one of these will end up on my website or at a show that I'm hoping, a very small show, that I'm hoping I'm gonna do. All right, there's that one. So let's get this one glued so we can make two at the same time. I don't know about you, but when I'm making my whatevers, it's easier for me, once I have everything out, to just get everything made. You know, and if I need to make two, I make two. If I need to make three, I make three. I like to mass produce things. Yeah, that's not lined up at all. In theory, I like to mass produce things. And this one might be cut wonky. No, actually it's not too bad now. I'm going to come in with the brown ink and I'm going to cover those edges. So once I have my supplies out for whatever, to just sort of mass produce that is easier, because then I can move on to another project. You know, I kind of like, even though I'm doing this project, which is very similar to yesterday's project, sort of back to back, I like to move on to different projects. So if I mass produce whatever, I have enough of that I don't have to come back to that. Because I don't always like to come back to that. Now these are pictures that were larger pictures in that art book, and I cut them down, and most of them I got two, what is going to be pages in this book. I got 2 pages like this. I cut this right in half and got 2 out of it, one for this book and one for that other book sitting on my paper cutter. I thought these would be perfect backgrounds. You know, it's art, but I'm taking her art, or his art. I don't know if that's male or female, sorry. It says Jean, but I suppose it's not pronounced that way in this country, or their country. So this person's art, most of them I love. There's a kid across the hill over there on a dirt bike. Looks like he's having a lot of fun. So anyways, I'm taking this art, I'm using it as a background. I'm using it as a starting point for my art. There. There. Last one. I'm not going to do too much decoration to these. I have some really pretty stickers, and I'm going to let the stickers do all the talking, so to speak. Okay, let's move on to the page. Let's cover my glue stick. So there's one book. There's book 2. Okay, and let's get out my ink and my sponge. Oh, let's cut them first. So I was using the 1/2 inch side of my crocodile. You know, I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this, give it to my mother. I've never given it to her, I've kept it and I've used it. She's gonna be moving in, I don't know when, whenever I can get everything ready. Before the first sort of big snowstorm hits. That's kind of how we're doing things. So she can use whatever when she's here. So it won't be a big deal. I'm not even sure she could physically squish it. This takes a little bit of force. Okay, there's book 1. And this, you open this somehow, I forget how. Is it this way? Yeah, it's this way. And then you shake these little bits out. I'm shaking them out in my scrap bowl over here. It's not very efficient, to be honest. Not my favorite, but you know, we do what we do. Okay, so I'll make a pile here for book 2. Oops. There. So they're calling for a bad winter this winter. I'm in the Northeast, so they're calling for nor'easters up here. So that's why I said to my mother, yeah, you're moving in. So I can better help her. I can't necessarily get out to get her food or do her laundry, whatever, in the winter. But if she's here, we'll be fine. We'll in it together. And I'm using ground espresso, which is what I use. You see that white edge just goes away once I ink it. in theory. Other than gluing, this takes the longest, inking everything. And I do need to ink it before I turn them into books. So if you want to fast forward, go ahead. You're not offending me. You know, these are like a nice size. So this is 3 by 5. I think I said that in the beginning, I hope. This is a nice size, you know, to put in your purse, your backpack, your laptop, whatever. And just have for little mini journals. I do 5 pages in my mini journals. My mini journals of all sizes. I do 5 pages. For some reason, that works for me. If somebody ever contacted me and said, hey, I want 7 pages, okay. That's fine. Nobody ever has. I don't have a problem with it. What do you do for your mini journals? Go ahead and leave me in the comment section. Let me know what you do. I haven't seen too many people making as many mini journals as I make. You know, I need something sort of a little more inexpensive when I'm doing shows. But also, these are what I give as gifts, too. I had my giant journal at the show, but, you know, that's a hefty price point. And a lot of people looked at it. Very hefty price point compared to something like this. My most inexpensive journal was $8. My most expensive journal was $150. And that was that one I did at Halloween last year. I kept it knowing I was going to be doing this show. I found out about the show, and I thought I was going to be doing the show sooner than what I did. It just worked out that that was when the show was. So I kept it for that show that I just did. It looked really nice on my table too. And people liked flipping through it and looking at it. Which I was happy. I kept a close eye on it. Because there was a lot of work that went into that. It took me the entire month of October last year. So this is October right now here. And I'm going to be doing Halloween projects. I am not going to be doing an entire one project like I did last year at October. It was too monotonous for me. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know, maybe I'll do it again next year or something, but I'm not doing it this year. We'll just put it that way. But I'm definitely going to be doing a whole bunch of witchy themed, Halloween themed, all different projects, including some earrings. I have some earrings that I want to make, namely for myself. But yes, I will have them to sell as well, but I'm putting together my supplies. Okay, we're going to start with this book. Here is my container of witchy stickers. So each one I want, aren't these gorgeous? I want the same theme. So if this one's going to be moons, I need 5 different moons. Is that the same? Yeah, that's the same as that. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, nope, I like that one better. So there's 5. You know what? We're gonna do the conical hat. Although I have a conical hat there. Let me go back to this one. All right, this will be the other journal. That journal. Well, these are nice. Okay, let's see. We have 3 of those. We have some crystals. There's a crystal. There's a crystal. Oh, there's another one of those moths. There's a crystal. This is my process. Oh, there's a moth. I can count that as a moth. I wanted more moons, but I know I've used them on other projects. There's a crystal. I don't know, we'll see. As soon as I'm done this pile, oh, there's a moon. There's a moon too. We will decide what sort of theme we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm not seeing any more moons really to speak of. I got all of these stickers on Teemu. I know you're asking. Okay, let me just move these piles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could do all moons. I don't like that on that. No, I don't like the moons on this. I will keep these moons aside. Okay, let's try these moth ones. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3. There's a moon too. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I can take the key one out. Let's see, how do we like the, oh, I like those. I do like these. And I could put the crystals down the bottom. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Oh, look at that. We're going to do that. Okay. Let's do that. And then I might use the moons with those other stickers on that one. Now, the other thing I was thinking of doing is a strip of this. Is it too busy? Nope, it's not too busy. We are going to do that. The more I can play with stickers, the better. Actually, should I do it on the side or should I do it in the middle? If I do it on the side, I have to cut through it. So let's do it on this side. Actually, let me cut some of these first. And then I will trim all of these later. It's gonna fit, yeah. I'm using all the stickers. Oh, at the end. Uh-oh. I need 10 pieces. Be hopeful that I get 10 out of this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ugh. We'll use that, even though it's not a very big piece. My garbage bowl. Okay, let's see. Should we put this one going across? Yes, that's what we'll do. We'll do all the others up and down. And we'll do this one across. And let's trim this. We're going to put this down the bottom. Now, there's a little bit, so it looks like it's not perfectly on the bottom, but there's a little extra to the sticker. There. Fun. Okay. Make a pile of little sticker bits over here. See, I cut excess on all of these. If I maybe didn't cut such excess, I probably would have had enough, but that's okay. I made it work. Ooh, sticking to me. There we go. Whoops. A little off. Actually, it's not too bad. It's pretty. Okay, let's do another one of these on the side. There. You know, this is all about using your stash. And oh, there's a squirrel or a chipmunk. Sometimes is easier for me than other days to use up my stash. But I have really been working on that. I have really been focusing on, yes, it's great to have the wonderful supplies. Have a bunch of wonderful supplies. But it's wonderful to make things and share the things that you make. That's how I look at it. I look at it that I get to make the things that I want to make with all my goodies, and then I get to share it, whether it be with my friends or people at the fair, or eventually I will be putting things on my website. Nice. Probably I'll be focusing on putting things on my website next week. My friend Sarah is my assistant, and she does all my web stuff, and she will be available next week, and I think the week after. So I will do some pictures and stuff like that. I do all the pictures. Well, I make all the stuff, and then I do the pictures, and then she loads everything to my website and maintains my website and updates my website and all of that fun stuff. Even when I had my shop, she did all of that for me. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic to have somebody as skilled as she is. And if you come and see me at a show, she's the one that helps me at all the shows. We have a blast. We have fun. And you know, it's good for her to get out. It's good for me to get out. And she is such a big help at all my shows. You know, I do readings. I do psychic readings at all the shows. I cannot possibly sell the product and do readings at the same time, because I normally, my downtime is I always speak at every event I go to. Believe it or not, that's downtime in my mind. And then I am doing readings like the rest of the time. Luckily, I have a wonderful reputation where I go and I do the readings and people wait to see me at these shows. I have very few moments where I'm not doing readings. So I need somebody with me at these shows. And she likes to get out and be amongst her people, and I like to get out and be amongst my people, and people come and talk to her, or they talk to me. We've just, it works out wonderful. I'm very lucky, very, very, very lucky, let me tell you, because it just works with us. I've had other people in the past that have come with me to shows. Another one, oh, she's wonderful too. And she comes when I do the big shows. And all of us get along. And then I've had one person, well, I've had two people actually. They were both together. They were not good. They were not helpful. That's done. Moving on. That one's pretty. Oops. So I'm happy with these. Let's look at these and see if we want to do the moons. Let me put this in my garbage bowl. My garbage bowl is overflowing. Okay. And people at this show are saying, I am much better off without certain people holding me back. Let me think what I want to put here. This one's super busy. Okay, we'll do that there. And then let's see if we can match some of these. Is that too tall? Oh, it works. I feel like I need something different at the bottom there. These are all the glittery, sparkly ones, but a couple of them aren't. That's okay. I'm happy with that. Something's over there in the woods. Okay, so let's do that side sticker again. This one's super busy. And see, I'm getting 2 journals done at once. It's similar time frames. I mean, yes, obviously it takes a little longer to do 2 than 1. But if I do them together like this, it actually takes me less time in the long run. There. There. Just have to remember to put these side stickers on all of them. Now that I cut them all of these stickers are Teemu stickers. We were reading, my son and I went out today. Went out shopping, thrifting. And we were reading some signs. And they were like, it's back to school season. And I'm like, not for you, it's not. Yay. I am so glad he has graduated. Oh, you have no idea. How happy I am that he is no longer in school. I don't have to deal with any of that school baloney. Whew. Oh, am I so happy. And he's working, so he has no interest in going to college or anything. He wants to work. Fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. He's smart cookie, so he will figure things out in life. Those are really pretty. I'm like, yay! No more back to school. I am so happy. I don't know who's happier. Me. I'm happier. Me. I'll tell you that right now. I am so happy. I had to deal with so much school baloney from IP meetings to, well, not when he was in high school, because he had a really good case manager, but to deal with like teachers that didn't get it, superintendent that didn't get it, principals that didn't get it. I had to meet with all these yahoos, and I mean yahoos. I did not like the principal at the high school. I gave her peace of my mind too. Ooh. I should have taken her to court. She was very illegal. And I tell people, like, you know, I was an interpreter, because I'm a sign language interpreter by trade. I was an interpreter on the making of all of these laws that govern all of this stuff. Like, you're not just talking to somebody that's going to bow down and think, you know, ADA is a law here in the United States, Americans with Disabilities Act, and it governs children and adults. It's a law that protects children and adults in multiple settings: school, workplace, living situations. It is a law that governs equal rights accommodations for basically any and all disability. The way that this law was written, it was groundbreaking at the time. And at the time, I was, and it's not a secret, so it's okay for me to say, I was a sign language interpreter privately for the commissioner for the deaf and hard of hearing in the state of Massachusetts. And she used to meet with like the governor of Massachusetts and all these different people. And then we had phone conversations with people all over the country. I mean, oh, it was such an amazing opportunity for me to be in on the making of this such phenomenal law. And I paid attention. Unbeknownst to me, how much I would really have to. I mean, I think I really did have an inkling of how much I would really have to pay attention and really have to remember what I was in on the ground floor at, because as an interpreter, I would advocate, because I worked in the school system too, I would advocate for my students. But then being a mom of a disabled child who required an IEP, I had to fight for an IEP. They wanted to give him a 504 plan. And I'm like, no, he does not need a 504 plan. He needs an IEP because that was the level of his disability. So, I mean, I had to fight for that. I had to fight for his actual accommodations. And when he got to high school, the case manager that he had fought with me. She didn't fight against me like all the others had in elementary school, middle school one was, well, they were all terrible. All of them. Horrible. Except the one in high school. Was she wonderful. Wonderful. In fact, I am going to reach out to her and tell her where my son is working so she can pop in and see him, because I'm sure she would want to. She takes the care of these kids quite personally. You know, she's a mom herself. So she gets it. Okay, wow, look at all 10 of these done. Now, let's do the punching. And I think afterwards, I might do some gems. I know this video is kind of going a little long. So this is the Create 365 Happy Planner punch. I call it the mushroom punch. It has all of this here, but it punches out that so that you can use the disc binding system. So let's make my stickers. let's get these all punched out and ready to assemble. And the last book I did, I realized if I came just to the top of that white line, the punch would be relatively even. And you push it all the way in, this punch here. I do find it easier to slide them in. You notice that I'm doing that. Put it in at an angle, push it in, and then slide it to wherever. Okay, there's book one. I have sticker bits all over me. I feel like a sticker bit is on me. Can't see it. Okay, let's decide how we're going to put these together. Should I have that as the cover? Maybe I'll do that one as the cover. So that being said, there's a lot of yellow, greens, and blues in this one. Yellow, green, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see. Yellow, blue, green. Yellow, blue. Let's do that. Or should we do yellow, blue, yellow, blue? I think I like that better, actually. So I just slip that in there. There. Of course, none of these are yellow and blue. There's the first one. There's some yellow in that one. That's all right. I like that. I'm happy with that. Now, this one, there's greens and purples. There's a ton of purple. These, that's sort of as purpley as I have, I think. Like these. Let's see. You know what? I have a lot of blue in this one too. That's kind of pretty. I do have greens in this one. You know what? We'll put that one on the front. We'll put that one next. Do that one next. Oh, I do like that one too. All right. So there's purple and blue here. We'll just stick with the purple and blue. Or should I do purple and green? No, I don't like that. No. So I just kind of pull one forward, push one back. Pull this forward and pull that forward afterwards. Super cute. Should I do some flat back gems? Should I just do them on the cover? Maybe I'll just do them on the cover. Oops. There's so many projects in this little bucket. All right, and I'm using the Dimensional Magic Mod Podge. Put that there. Oops, there goes a gem. There's a sticker bit. There, 7. Now I just have to see where all of these are. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the other dot? Oh, right here. 7. There. I'm just going to do that on the top. It's a project we did the other day. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I do have some sort of purpley bluey ones. We'll just do those. I think there's one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yay, I got them all. All right, let's peek through these. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I'll probably go through and do lines on the back. So 1, 2, 3. Did I miss a page? Oh no, it's here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cute. Okay, now this one. I like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me know if you think I should come through and do gems on each and every page. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I just have to wait till some dry. Or I can take them all apart, put them back together again. That's not a big deal. I don't know. What do you think? Should I do gems on every page? I can. Not a big deal. All right. There's my project with 2 getting done projects. So thanks so much for tuning in for my fun little October project of Halloween witchy mini journals. You can also use these as Book of Shadows. You can keep track of your crystals, all of that fun stuff in the little witchy books. Check out my website, www.elementalenergieswithchristiane.com. Check out my Blue Sky, and Instagram at Chrisanne1234. Look at my Facebook page, Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. I post an oracle card every day of the day. It's an inspiration of the day. And it happens to be from a deck that I have created. I am going to get it published at some point. I've been working on other things. I had a major water leak. That took precedence here. So anyways, check out all that fun stuff. And please like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.